automatically now. Oh, now we're recording. Awesome. So if you, let's say your average retention is 4%, right? So you're losing 4% a month, which, doesn't seem like a lot, but it's 48%. You're losing half your school every year. That means you keep on average your students about not about exactly 24 months. But if you get it down to 3%, you're keeping your students for 36 months. That's 12 more months of tuition. So if you look at the average, for one of our schools, the goal is around $200 a month. So 200 times 24 is 4,800, but 200 times 36 months is 7,200. That's a giant student value difference in, when you start, because, everything really needs to start with that number and everything gets backed out of it. So when you start thinking, how much am I willing to spend on Facebook or really any marketing? How much am I willing to do? How much am I willing to invest to get a student? Well, if your retention is at 7%, which probably means you keep your students like less than 12 months, that's a giant difference between 36 or 24 months, right? And sometimes our schools are even a little bit better than that. So, knowing those numbers is really the beginning of how to figure out how to go from there. Do you want to share the stat sheet so they can kind of see it, or do you want to go over some like strategies of retention?
I'd like to go over some strategies for retention, and then maybe if anyone wants to see that stat sheet, we can spend a little more time on another meeting this week, which I think would be a great idea.
So number one, I think everyone knows that families that train together stay longer, right? Like, there's always someone who wants to quit and there's always someone who wants to stay. And the person who wants to stay usually wins because the person who wants to quit knows that they're in the wrong. So we all know that, if you can get a family to train, hopefully everybody did a real strong Mother's Day program. And now we have Father's Days coming up. So some of the things that we're doing in the collective is a few weeks ago, everybody's job was to go out and get testimonials from all the dads that you already have. And that would be a live video testimonial on Facebook is the ideal way to do it. And that does two things. Number one is the dads are already training, are saying publicly all the benefits of doing it, right? So chances are they're not going to quit now. Number two, it creates social proof that we can use in our marketing on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever, of them doing it. And then we have, and everybody can figure out a way to do this on their own, but what you do to invite everybody through Facebook, through texting, and most importantly is personal invitation. So all of our people go to every single parent, every single dad and say like, hey, Mr. Sylvia, I know Mark loves class. Have you thought about training? And then you either say yes or no. And just because you said no 17 times in the past doesn't mean today's not your day. Doesn't mean today you didn't look at yourself in the mirror and go, ooh, or there's a million reasons why. Like for me personally, my dad, if you guys don't know, I have 5 sisters, 3 brothers. So I have a giant family. So my dad worked 3 jobs most of my life, and I always wanted him to train in martial arts. I was already a black belt. I was already training for a long time, and I constantly invited him to take class with me, and he never either could or wanted to. And then one day, like in his late 40s, I came home with a uniform, and I was like, I bought you this uniform. And he's been training. And I think because he was so frugal, I was like, well, you can waste the uniform if you want. It's up to you. He's been training ever since, and he's 72 now. He trains on Zoom still. He has like every one of our schools, he has their schedule. And every night it's like, oh, I got to get on for Mr. So-and-so today. It's going to be awesome. And it's just so I know like the feeling of having my dad train together with me now with my brothers and then my sisters. It's just totally awesome. So you need to create those testimonials online. You need to personally invite over and over and over again. And then we also have the kids go and beg their parents to do it. Everybody earns a star if their child does it, or if their parent does it, or their dad does it for the whole month of June. They earn a star for their uniform. Of course, we're giving out the mom stars right now. And then if you didn't get one, you can get your dad to take karate and that's why you earn the star there. So Michael, what am I missing?
Nope, that was all great, sir. Good work.
Mr. Silva, you talked about having a list by the front door for retention when people go on vacation. They tell you. One of the things that we do is we buy the postcards from the post office, so they're pre-stamped. You just have to be careful people don't use them for scrap paper. And we write next to the stamp the date they're, so some kid will leave and they'll say, oh, I'll be back August 20th. We'll just write August 20th. and then we'll write the name on it. And like literally like during class, usually to be like, welcome home. We missed you in class. See you soon. And then that every single day we look at the cards, and then the ones with the dates that are in a couple days, we put them in the mail. So the idea is that they get their cards when they get home, it's already in their mailbox as a reminder. Besides the fact, of course, we call and follow up and stuff like that. But for us, it was an easier step than anything else. Oh, and we also asked if when they go on vacation, we give them a mailing label with our address on it and ask them to mail us a postcard from wherever they are. They do that, and then we hang up all the postcards and we do prizes at the end of the season. We've done stuff with our logo is pretty like prominent in our area, like it's on like thousands of cars. And we had a Sharky cutout. What's that? Where did we get that idea from? What's that thing called?
So elementary schools do it. They call it Flat Stanley. And the idea is like a little like paper cutout they bring with them on vacation. Well, our logo is a shark, so we do Flat Sharky. So they color it, and then they're supposed to take a picture of it while they're away. You know, the whole idea is that they're thinking about their karate training even when they're traveling.
We did something very similar in Arizona. We had these ninja dolls. It was like a stuffed ninja, stuffed animal type thing, but it was a ninja. And we allowed the kids to take it on vacation with them. And we had a contest, who comes up with the coolest picture. And we had pictures with sitting with the captain of the airplane. We had them on ships. It was just so much fun. And they posted those pictures on Facebook. And one of the reasons we did it, because they had to return it once they got back from vacation. So they would sign it out for 3 weeks, and 3 weeks they had to bring it back because someone else was going to sign it out. So it's another reason to get them in the door, and so we can talk to them and get them reactivated as soon as possible.
Awesome. That's a great idea. We have shark plush toys. We can maybe use that. I think it's a great idea.
Again, I think it's the coolness of the pictures and the reason to come back.
And if we're still talking about retention in general, you know, everything happening over the next few months is all about remembering your goals and sticking to things. So all of our messages of the week and lessons and stuff like that might be the same lesson we've done in the past, but now it's twisted into, you got to remember to do that. We talked about a really one that we're going to do in a week or two. This will also be awesome for everybody, is if you're a golf fan, you got to see Phil Mickelson win the PGA championship, and he's the oldest person in history to ever do it. And when they interviewed him about how he prepared, he said he put himself in very stressful situations over the course of the last few months, where he played like 48 holes of golf in a couple of days, which is, you know, an absurd amount of golf. And he played with like much younger people, and like he did all these things to put himself in the situation. And with the way this would turn into a lesson week with our students is we can all do the same things. Like during the summer, it might be kind of stressful to get to class. Like if you're at the pool all day and you're tired, or you're at camp, or you're on vacation, kind of lose interest in your martial arts training. That stressful situation now, and by making sure you follow through with it later on in life, when things like that happen, you're going to be prepared to be a champion in life, just like Phil Mickelson is, because you forced yourself to do it. So you could take any current events, but you know, that's how we would twist the lesson of the week into something to do with the summer.
Oh, nice.
Hey, can I throw something out there about the vacation retention that probably Mr. Silva picked up from you, probably we'll say 5 years ago, but we know it's been longer than that. And it was getting your leadership team to make sure if your kids are going to be out, they're going to be real concerned about, or they should be, about whether or not they're going to be staying on track with graduation. You know, whether or not they're going to get their stripes, where they're at. So one of the things that we do is that as they sign up for their their break, where they're going to be out, then we immediately get those guys signed up with leadership team members to do some private one-on-ones to get them caught up once they get back, you know, in the school with their class hours, because we require, you know, the appropriate amount of hours for the student to graduate. But the thought process for me was making sure that that student, when they get back on vacation, hey, I've got an appointment with leadership team member on a Saturday to come in and get caught back up on my training and to make sure I'm ready for that next graduation. Does that make sense?
That's awesome. That's great.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it helped a lot. And leadership team members are, you know, for us, they're not paid. So it's getting those guys trained up to be instructors too, right? So works out pretty good. Oh, you're muted, Mr. Silva. There you go.
Most of these school owners haven't done any type of marketing that has to do with face-to-face or belly-to-belly contact for like a year and 2 months. And right now, people are coming back to schools at a great rate. And again, I mentioned that birthday parties are a great way to get people to bring friends into the school and for you to build up a prospect list. Tell us a little bit about your Ninja Tricks birthday parties.
Okay, sure. When we first put Ninja Tricks in our schools, we were doing, pre-COVID, we were doing birthday parties on a regular basis. And I'll be real straightforward. My guys did not like doing the karate parties. After they did so many of them, and then they were trying to pass it off to assistants. They were trying to pass it off to somebody else because they just didn't want to do the birthday parties. The Ninja Tricks parties are so scripted and so planned out, and the kids want to they want to get on the obstacles. They want to do the training. So they are much more engaged in getting a Ninja Tricks party. So first of all, it was a win for my instructors because the party just plays itself out, meaning that they come in, the kids come in. You know how it is when you get a karate kid and then he's got his 12, 20 buddies that are not karate kids. They're used to going to Chuck E. Cheese and kind of having, the run of the place. So that's what they're expecting when they come into a birthday party, is kind of been my experience over the years, getting those guys kind of engaged, get them into a class. Now they've really got something to get those guys engaged on the floor. They see the obstacles, they see the stuff, they want to get on it right away. Oh no, wait, we got to go through ninja training first, before we could actually get you on the floor and get on the course. So that has helped a lot. With the program, of course, we've got all the stuff that we've learned over the years through being involved. And it's, the invites that go out first, to the parent. We've got the fully scripted class. We've got the Facebook ads. We've got the information that we put out in the places that sell all the birthday party supplies. So that way, if they're looking for a party, they're going to find our party. And then kind of course, the kids are going to get the ninja headbands when they come back to their class the next week. So they're going to get a pass in their birthday party. And again, none of this is new. It's just been adapted. So as they do their birthday party that day, at the end of the end of the class, we say, because you were a guest of Solomon's today on his birthday, we're going to make sure that I know, you're 29 again, right? So because you got your birthday party going on today, you guys get to come back to a Ninja Tricks class on Tuesday. And when you do, we're going to get you guys leveled up to that white level ninja, and you're going to earn and you hold up the headband, you're going to earn your white level ninja headband, and they get, a free week of ninja classes, and that gets them tied back. That next week is really, really important to get them to come back into your classes, because I don't know about you guys, but I've done a lot of birthday parties in the past that did not produce students like we wanted. And my guys are great. They do great birthday parties. I'm very blessed, very lucky with them. But with that being said, just did not get the playback the following week on getting guys back in school, or back in our school. So yeah, so that's kind of the long and short of the birthday parties. But the thing being that it's scripted out, it's something that a lead does not have to do. It's so scripted that, again, we have our assistants do a lot of the birthday parties, and making sure that it functions. So
I remember going to the Super Show, and I was talking to people about Ninja Tricks. And I go, if you did nothing but birthday parties, if you had a place, you did 2 birthday parties on Saturday, 2 birthday parties on Sunday, at $300 each, that's $1,200 a weekend, $5,000 per month, just doing birthday parties.
Right.
And forget about all the leads. I just got my calculator up because I was talking to Solomon yesterday. He was saying he has 4,400 students between all his locations. We take 4,400 divided by 52. He's got 84 people per week having birthdays.
Right, right.
That's
huge. It's crazy. With the skating rink and everything, the birthday party is the main driver for that place. And that was something that we had to have, was that birthday party list, and reoccurring birthday parties was just a real big part of that business. So you got to make sure that birthday parties are a part of your plan if you want to continually have that fresh stream of people in your building, and then exciting birthday parties behind that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know you kind of chimed in a little about you giving them a guest pass. They come back with a headband. Some
Right.
people have tried to do signups done monthly. I'll just be interested in Solomon. How do you convert a guest to a action karate student?
Sensei Michael, do you want to go over the stack close? The way we do it recently in the last like probably year and a half or 2 years is I think pretty unique. And the results have been better. I don't know if it's because we're just excited about it or it's really like a better system.
Yeah, I would love to share that, Mr. Brenner. Mr. Silva, can you make me a co-host so I can share my screen and I can pull it up for everybody? While you're doing that, I find with all of this, I'm sure Mr. Butts, you've had the same experience. Getting your team to train on this is what makes all the difference. So of course they have the script, but we call it system slippage. As much as we train on it,
Sure.
over time it kind of falls apart. So whenever anybody does this, we rehearse this. Okay, say the words, go up front, let's practice it, and make sure it's really the way it's meant to be. Thanks, Mr. Silva. Cool. We can all see this. Mr. Silva, you can see this, sir?
I can.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome, great. So, this is the wrong one now. I was gonna share this with you guys too. Hold on. Let's try again. Yeah, there we go. We can see this one, right?
Yes.
Love it. Cool. So we do this for birthday parties, like Mr. Butts was talking about. We also do this if we have a group intro at our school. So we've been doing a lot of, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, group intros for the past 12 months. So there's a couple of key parts of it. Number one, if it's a birthday party, sometimes our people are a little bit funny about making the offer. Like they're kind of like nervous because, it's a kid's birthday party. So to kind of overcome that for our instructors, we just ask for permission, right? So, it's Mr. Tucker, it's your family's party. It's, hey, do you mind? I have a special offer for your guests at the end. Is it okay if I share it? It's always the families that are school. They're happy that we share something. And then what Mr. Brenner was talking about, the stack close, super simple. We have a dry erase board sitting at the front of our parent area, the front of the lobby, and it says everything we're going to offer at the end. So for us, it's 2 private lessons and it says $100 next to it, a uniform, $50, drawstring bag, $10, a gift certificate for a birthday party, $100, and we added up $260. And we have all that stuff sitting there with the dry erase board too. So we have a little table with a nice tablecloth at the front where the parents are sitting. The dry erase board is there, the stuff is there. And then super similar to what Mr. Butts said, at the end, probably 20 minutes left in the party when all the kids are drinking their water and eating pizza. It's moms and dads, on behalf of Johnny's family and the Action Karate family, we thank you for attending Johnny's party today. Included with Johnny's birthday package, we have a special just for you. And then we have them hold up the board. You get 2 private lessons. They're $100, a uniform, And then at the end, you get all of that we cross out the 260 and then we write whatever we're offering it for. Sometimes we do $20, sometimes we do 59. Truly the offer, like that number probably doesn't matter that much. The 2 key things that I find make this work really well, and Mr. Brenner, Mr. Silva, I know you guys have talked about this before, is during the party, the instructors need to mindfully make connection with the parents and the students. So at the very beginning of the party, before it even starts, we'll assign, let's say we have 3 instructors there and 15 kids at the party, we'll assign each instructor 5 kids that they're in charge of really kind of watching over that hour and a half to have something specific to share with the parents at the end. So then at the end of the party, whatever instructors are, running the party that day, they're in the lobby going up to each parent saying, oh, are you Johnny's dad? He was so good at da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and having something really specific to share. And then we find the families that are interested, they naturally have the conversation with you, right? When I go up to Mr. Waltzing and say, oh, your son, did you see his focus today? It was so incredible. He's either going to say, oh yeah, he's been asking about karate for a long time. And then, we help them schedule their first appointment, or they say, oh yeah, that was so nice. We love it. We do baseball. And they're like running out of there, as quick as possible. Right. But it gives our instructors a really specific and genuine way to make a connection and just have those conversations a little bit more organically. Did I miss anything, Mr. Brenner?
I think that's really, really good. There's so much attention to the parents and the child before you even start mentioning the classes. I could just see where that'd be a win-win situation because everyone's feeling good. The kids are feeling good because they're doing martial arts, and the parents are feeling good because you're saying something positive about their child. The parents are feeling good because they see the kids smiling on the floor. So if everyone's feeling good and having that type of experience, they're going to want to repeat it. So I can see where that would be a great close.
Hey, can I throw something in?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, one of the things too that we've done over the years is make sure we're tied into other businesses too that do birthday parties, because just because we don't get that kid's birthday party, we still want to be able to capture the student or the other person's kids in the party. So like the bowling alley, we've got a relationship with those guys to where when they do a birthday party, part of their package is they hand out one of our passes that gives them that, that free week of ninja tricks or a free week of martial arts or, gymnastics. So they're getting that as an added benefit for doing the bowling birthday party, but they're directing students back to us. Now we flip that, of course, so we do the same thing for them. So if they're in our birthday parties, we may give them free bowling or, free skating or, whatever the case may be, but tying into other businesses to make sure we're capturing every demographic that we've got out there, or the potential to capture every demographic is what I was looking for. And it functions well. All we've got to do is bring the passes to them. The local bowling alley actually uses it as an upgrade, and they sell that as an upgrade for their birthday parties. They go, well, hey, when you do our upgraded birthday party, you're going to get a week of karate, week of ninja tricks, or week of whatever, your choice. And it like you said years and years ago, sir, it's not any one thing you're going to do that's going to knock the cover off the ball. Typically, it's going to be all those things you do. It's that shotgun marketing. So yeah.
Yeah, we used to have a frozen yogurt place in town. They always gave us certificates for like a small frozen yogurt that we used to give to kids after their intro class, because they loved that, because everyone went out to class to get frozen yogurt because it was like just in the plaza over. And he always sold much more than that, because families would go there.
Yeah. Right.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, anytime you can tie in with other business, that's a great idea. Does anyone have any specific questions?
Well, I'd like to ask Master Drexler what time it is in the other end of the world. How are you doing, sir?
6:30 p.m.
PM. Okay. All right. Well, good. How's Europe doing, sir?
We are still now in the 8 months of the lockdown. So the dojo is closed. So it's 8 months. It's terrible.
Well, I know all us here in the States, we I'll keep you in my prayers, and we'll make sure that you guys get opened up real soon. And
hopefully in 2 weeks we can open.
Congratulations. That's excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Good job. Well, thank you for being here.
Okay, I'm going to put
Thank you for
a
inviting
recording.
me.
Thank you. I'm going to put a recording of this on the Greg Silva coaching. If anyone would like any more information on ninja tricks, you can just comment that. Or if you want more information on the Martial Arts Collective, you can do that. Or you can just send me a personal message. Just go to my Facebook page, Greg Silva, and I will get you connected with Mr. Butts or Mr. Brenner.
All right.
Okay,
Sounds great.
everyone. Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Very,
All right.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you, Mr. Silva. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have fun.